Hello, my name is Sarah Sullivan and I'm currently a senior in the Bachelor's of Health Science program at UAA. I'm going to do a PowerPoint presentation on how to do a program evaluation. First, to design a program we use the logic model. It's used to describe what resources go into the program in order for the program to reach outcomes to be successful. So you start with the program topic that you want. You determine the priorities and what sort of inputs you would have to put into the program for it to be successful, such as staff, volunteers, time, money, research, materials, equipment, technology, partners, a location, and then you determine what kind of outputs you want for the program, which would be what kind of activity would you do? Would it be a workshop, a seminar, a meeting? What kind of services would it deliver? What does it need in order to develop, such as resources, curriculum, products? And then you'd have to train the employees of the program that way that they can provide successful counseling as well as other educational things. And then you have to do your research, and that would be participants, clients, find agencies that are on the same level as you are in regards to your program and what you want out of it. You'd have to find customers, a target population, and then based off of that, you would determine your program, what you want to offer, and then you would have to determine what your outcomes will be, or what you're trying to do for the target population. Like examples of short-term outcomes are learning, knowledge, attitudes, skills, new behaviors. The medium outcomes are more of like an action, which again would be a behavior, a practice, a decision-making, a policy, or a social action, which then could lead to a long-term outcome, which would be conditions, whether they are social, economic, civic, or environmental. Also represented on the logic model are assumptions. These are things such as volunteers, that the program will be successful, that there are resources for the program, and things like external factors are something that you cannot control, like the weather. After using the logic model to understand the program, you need to determine what type of evaluation you're going to use, whether it will be a formative, implementation, outcome, or impact evaluation. A formative evaluation ensures that a program design is appropriate and accurate before it is implemented. The implementation evaluation determines that the program has been implemented as planned. An outcome measures the program effects on its target population, and an impact assesses if the program was successful by reaching its goals. Then, based on the type of evaluation you're going to do, you need to formulate evaluation questions. These you'll have to use the stakeholders' interest to form. A stakeholder is somebody who is either affected by the program or has an interest in the program. Based off of these questions, we will be able to determine what happened, what can we do better, were the activities successful, and what did we learn. Evaluation questions are very important because they will determine what information the evaluators need to go through in order to figure out if a program has been successful or not. After all, the evaluation could potentially be the thing that keeps the program running. Here is an example timeline that I took from a semester project I had in another course. It shows on what day what will be done during the evaluation. For example, on day 1, stakeholders will meet to determine what the stakeholder is interested in learning about the program through its evaluation. This will involve the stakeholders, the evaluators, and the program personnel. Then moving on to day 2, they'll have to come up with evaluation questions and disperse these to the stakeholders, and that will be the evaluators and the stakeholders as well. Day 3 through 5, they will solidify the evaluation questions. Day 6, they will begin the evaluation by gathering pre- and post-seminar surveys, which is what I'm using for the data information for this evaluation. And this evaluation is also an implementation evaluation because my program was just about to begin and it hasn't been running enough for an outcome or an impact evaluation to be relevant. On day 7 through 14, they have to answer question 1 of the evaluation by obtaining information from the key spouse. Day 14 through 17, question 2 based off of the follow-up surveys. Day 18 through 21, the evaluators are responsible for question 3 based off of follow-up surveys, as well as days 22 through 25, the evaluators and volunteers are responsible for question 4 by using attendance records kept by the volunteers themselves. Day 26 through 32, evaluators, program designers, and program personnel are responsible for answering question 5 by looking at the records provided by program designers of where grant money was spent and the receipts kept. Day 33 through 43, the evaluators are responsible for question 6 by comparing pre-seminar surveys to follow-up surveys. On day 44 through day 58, the evaluators are responsible for wrapping up the evaluation and typing up the conclusions. On day 59, the program personnel were responsible for setting up a meeting for dissemination. On day 60, the dissemination conclusions will be given out at the meeting, which will include the evaluators, the program personnel, and the stakeholders. As you can see, this evaluation timeline is for an evaluation that is expected to take 2 months. On day 60 of the evaluation timeline, I brought up a dissemination plan. This plan is responsible for the outcome of the evaluation, and the evaluators are responsible for gathering the conclusions and typing up a conclusion report that they will give out to the stakeholders as well as the program designers and implementers. They need to schedule a time and a place, determine who will be present, and discuss the findings of the evaluation to determine the fate of the program. And last but not least, I included the references for this program evaluation PowerPoint. Thank you.